Well, hello everybody, motorcycle greetings from the Mighty Guru Yogurt. Welcome back to the channel. Today's film finds us having just come out of the mountainous region above Ennerdale, and we are now heading back into another mountainous region called Buttermere. We're going to see some wonderful sights. I'm going to be talking quite a lot, as usual, as I ride along. As you will know from yesterday's film, I am thoroughly enjoying my new helmet. The only very, very slight problem I'm having with it is that there doesn't appear to be all that much space between the front of the helmet and my chin, which means that when I put the DJI Mic 2 inside the helmet, it kind of digs into my chin a little bit, but no doubt I will find a solution. Not sure what it's going to be yet, but it will be elegant when I find it. Let's get moving. We are just outside a little village called Lampler, or Lamplu, I don't know how to pronounce it. And we are heading down this A road to a right turn in around about 2.5 miles. I'm hoping that this new helmet with its slick mechanism on the flip-up visor will please Slobo Lobo, because I was getting sick and tired of his complaints about my helmet being squeaky. We may have solved the problem. So I've moved the microphone slightly to the right inside the helmet, and it's certainly a lot more comfortable, but I can still feel it on my chin. Maybe the solution will be to get a thinner chin. If only life were that simple. So, very nice part of Cumbria here. We're not too far at this point from the coast, and we are heading in towards the central and northern lakes. It's feeling toasty warm. Absolutely no need for the heated gloves today, and I am wearing 3 layers of clothing, to wit, a t-shirt, a jumper, and my wrap jacket underneath my body armour, and I've got my duvet jacket on top. More than enough insulation. I'm heading for work in Ambleside. I'm about 2 hours of riding away from Ambleside. Don't need to be there till 3, and it's not even 12 o'clock yet. These are the kinds of numbers that I like. Today's film is going to take us from here to the top end of Buttermere Lake, and it really is a fantastic bit of Cumbria to be riding through. We're not too far from Keswick at this point, but at the moment I have no plans to be going to Keswick. We're going to go over the Honister Pass down the other side, and then head towards Ambleside from there. And here's my right turn coming up, look. Let's head back into the mountains. We will actually be going past 2 lakes here. The lake of Loweswater and then on to Buttermere. Actually, it will be 3. It will be Loweswater, then it will be another one I've temporarily forgotten the name of, but we have actually been kayaking on, and then Buttermere itself. And then I'll be stopping for a bite to nibble. I'm only going to be working for 3 days this week, which is nice, and next week I will be going down to Birmingham once more to go and see my grandchildren. But not only that, my more avid members of the audience will remember that I had said that I was going to see one of our fellow motorcycle video makers who also had a musical career at the Kendall Arts Centre last week. Work overtook the situation and I wasn't able to go, but he's on a nationwide tour at the moment, and conveniently enough he is playing in Birmingham on the day that I'm going down there next week. Now, I may turn the whole thing into a short moto camping trip, or I may not. Haven't decided yet. We're heading down to the left here toward Loweswater. Off we go. Cue the music, because I'm going to shut up for a minute or two. Okay, that's enough music. You'll be getting glimpses on the right here of Loweswater, a particularly beautiful body of water in the Central Lake District. And then we will be pressing on to the lake that a few moments ago I could not remember the name of. It's called Crummock Water. And then we will be skirting the shores of Buttermere, at which point I'm going to stop and get a bite to eat, because I didn't have breakfast. Why didn't I have breakfast? I was too busy doing other things that seemed more important. It's easily done. One of the things I'm really excited about with these new helmets is that the Murgatroyd has one, except in black. And we will be able to talk to each other while we're riding, which will be particularly useful since, as you will know, the Murgatroyd is still learning to ride. It will be good to be riding behind her and pointing out important things like road positioning, when to start braking, when to stop braking, when to be closing the throttle, when to be reopening the throttle, when to be doing throttle maintenance. And then when I'm riding in front of her, I can be talking her through the mental processes that I am having as I approach a bend or any kind of situation that might be hazardous. Yeah, it's going to enhance her learning experience, I think. It will be interesting to see, and I haven't looked into this yet, what the range on the headsets are. but I would imagine 100 yards is going to be okay. Well, we'll see. I'll let you know. I used to know the names of all of these mountains. I could have pointed them out. That's this, that's that. But I am pretty sure that the big one over there, the sort of pyramidal one, is Haystacks. I'll check on the map when I get a chance. Now you should be getting a view of Crummock water. And in a short time there will be a bit of a right bend, might be a turn actually, that will take us on past Crummock water and into Buttermere itself, which is the beginning of the Honister Pass. Am I going right here? Not yet. It's a little bit further on. And here's me turning. Another thing to report in breaking news is this. You might remember that I replaced my front brake pads a couple of weeks ago, and whilst of course when you put new brake pads in you always expect a brief bedding in period, it just didn't seem to be happening all that quickly with these ones. But I can happily report that now they are completely bedded in to begin with, and indeed even up until this morning they felt a little bit, how shall I put it, grabby. I think you know what I mean by that. But that has not happened now for about an hour and a half. I've been riding for about an hour and a half now, and I've had no grabbiness whatsoever. So I think they're finally bedded in. We are now then in Buttermere Valley. On what is quite simply a wonderful day in Cumbria. Free range sheep all over the place. And heading down the road to the shoreline of Crummock Water. Very little traffic around today, even on the main roads, which is always nice. And if this is not a wonderful way to commute to work, then I really can't think what might be. I've decided at this point that I'm going to park up beside Crummock Water and end today's film here. So thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's film. As always, I've certainly enjoyed making it. This is beyond a shadow of a doubt the most enjoyable day's riding I've had in Cumbria this year. Thank you for coming along, and we'll see you in tomorrow's film. You might, at this point, if you haven't done so already, consider liking and subscribing. Bye bye for now. Good job I was paying attention there.